These people are amongst the greatest quiz players in Britain. Together, they make up the Eggheads, arguably the most formidable quiz team in the country. The question is, can they be beaten? Welcome to a special celebrity edition of Eggheads, the show where a team of 5 quiz challengers pit their wits against possibly the greatest quiz team in Britain. They are the Eggheads. Is that a good build-up for you, Eggs?
Oh, excellent.
You like that? Having designs on taking down our quiz Goliaths today are seemingly clueless. Now, everyone on this team will be familiar to you for the creative expertise they bring to some of the most popular lifestyle programmes on TV. So, let's meet them.
Hello, I'm Tom Dykoff. I'm an architecture and design historian and broadcaster and presenter of the Great Interior Design Challenge.
Hello, I'm Piers Taylor. I'm an architect and I present The House That 100K Built and The World's Most Extraordinary Homes.
Hello, I'm Esme Young. I've been involved in making clothes my whole life, from designing, cutting, making, teaching, and now I'm a judge on the Great British Sewing Bee.
Hello, my name's Danny Clark. I present a series called The Instant Gardener, which shows us how we can have a nice garden without it breaking the bank.
Hello, I'm Keith Brymer-Jones. I'm a potter and a designer, and I'm also a judge on the Great Pottery Throwdown.
So, Tom and team, hello.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome, great to see you. And I should start, Tom, by just asking about the team name here, Seemingly Clueless. I noticed the spelling of that.
Yes, a little witty aside there, in honour of Esme. And the fact that we're trying to be a little bit self-deprecating as well.
What about you then, Tom? Have you quizzed before?
I'm hopelessly uncompetitive. I've done a university challenge once, and we got through to the semi-finals. So that's not bad.
Oh, well, they will immediately be on their mettle with that. Believe me, you've just rung a bell there. Piers, quizzing, any strengths or weaknesses?
I pretend I'm uncompetitive, but actually I'm really competitive. And I have to confess, I have won Celebrity Mastermind fairly recently, but I don't have great hopes for today, actually.
When you said the word Celebrity Mastermind, there was a little, there's a little noise. They just suddenly are thinking, OK, game on. Now, Esme, I suppose, yes, fashion is your thing, arts and books by extension. Any subject you definitely don't want?
I definitely don't want to do sport. I definitely don't want to do telly, because I don't have one, so I never watch it.
You don't even watch yourself?
Well, I have watched myself, I have to admit. I was forced to. But I didn't want to.
You then got rid of your telly.
I've never had a telly.
Have you had, Danny, any kind of battle plan? Have you had a strategy session as a team?
Yeah, we've actually been trying to motivate each other. We've had the big huddle outside before we came in, and I gave these guys a good team talk, so we're ready to go.
Yeah, very, very good. So the huddle and maybe even, Keith, a little bit of a thought about subjects and how to play them, or did it not go that far?
Not really. I mean, for me, geography and maybe politics I could do. I really don't want to do sport. I think that's more Danny's bag. So,
OK, well, if you've got Danny on sport, you've got actually quite a good spread there. All right, good luck, challengers. Every day there is £1,000 worth of cash up for grabs for your chosen charity. If you fail to defeat the Eggheads, we just roll the prize money to the next show. Now, we've had some celeb teams in already, and they've all come a cropper, OK?
No
8
pressure,
of them
then.
in a row. Well, I think that's good for you. It means that no one's won before, and the jackpot for you to win is 9,000.
Wow.
OK? So 8 teams have failed. You're the 9th. Good luck. Shall we start?
yeah.
Go on,
Focus.
Yeah, bring it on.
Shall we hold hands? We can do it.
You can do it. Come on. We've got a lot of talent on this desk. The first head-to-head battle is on the subject of music.
Music.
And it's one of you got to choose against either here, Judith, who famously won £1 million, Kevin, Steve, Dave, Lisa.
Come on, I'm happy to do music.
Yeah, you music.
You music? You want to
OK.
do music?
Yeah,
Okay, do music. I'll do sport if it comes up.
I'm good at music.
Go, Piers, go.
But against who?
I think Judith.
Judith?
Yeah.
Bold.
Yeah.
Bold.
You think she doesn't look very musical, then?
She's just the first one on the end. Knock them off one by one.
Yeah, so just very methodical. OK, I like that. So That's an architect's mind there, isn't it? You know.
Line them up.
And I know you did Bob Dylan as your specialist subject on Celebrity Mastermind. OK, Piers, from Seemingly Clueless, our first celeb in going against our own Judith from the Eggheads. And just to ensure there's no conferring, would you please now take your positions in our famous question room? Well, your thing is architecture, Piers, I know, but we don't have an architecture round.
That's a pity, so I'm going to have to settle for music.
But you do some amazing programmes, but both about what you can do to a modest house with £100,000 and then looking at some of the most beautiful homes in the world.
That's right, completely the other end of the scale. Yeah, that's right. So I need to come back at some point and do the bit in the middle.
Yeah, what do you like best? I saw one where you built an enormous blue porch on the front of somebody's house in Warwick and he managed to look really happy about it.
It looked a little bit like a portaloo and his neighbours weren't so happy, but actually he was happy, so that's what counts.
Yeah, and the interior of that house and the others you've done over have been amazing afterwards, and it must give you a lot of pleasure to see their reaction.
It does. I mean, the big idea is that it doesn't cost much. Design is about thinking, not about going to buy things, and that's what we really try and show in the programme.
Well, I know you love music, Piers, and Bob Dylan especially.
That's right, yeah. Bob Dylan is a big hero, but I do have my gaps, I'm telling you.
OK, well, let's hope we avoid them. Would you like to go first or second against our Egghead?
I would like to go first, actually.
So, playing music against Judith. Piers, your first question. Roxy Hart is a character in which musical of stage and screen? The Sound of Music, My Fair Lady or Chicago?
Gosh, I haven't got a clue, but I'm going to have to guess here. So I suspect it isn't The Sound of Music. It sounds like it could be an American name, so I'm going to go for Chicago.
Judith, is he right?
Yes, he's right.
Absolutely right, well done.
Yes.
Thank goodness for that.
Phew.
Well done, Piers.
Well done, Piers.
Sometimes that first question can be a nightmare. Judith, yours. When Jason Orange left Take That in 2014, how many members of the original group remained? 2, 3 or 4?
Oh, dearie me. Take that. I think 3 remained.
You're absolutely right, Judith. Well done. 3.
Oh, phew.
Phew. Here's your question. If Every Day Was Christmas is a 2016 single by which celebrity child? Cruz Beckham, Apple Martin or Rocco Ritchie?
Gosh, again, I haven't got a clue and I haven't heard the song. And is it music? I'm going to have to guess again. And I think it is Cruz Beckham.
You're right. Cruz Beckham it is.
Phew.
I can see how competitive you are. Judith, to catch up, which US singer had posthumous UK #1 albums with Songbird, Imagine and American Tune? Is this Eva Cassidy, Janis Joplin or Karen Carpenter?
I don't know, but I'm going to guess at Karen Carpenter.
Yeah, I know why you did that. Eva Cassidy is the answer. Oh, a bit of a glitch. What's the architectural equivalent of what's just happened? A hanging beam?
Yeah, a bit of a bodge.
Yeah, bodge from the Eggheads there. So, Piers, you can take the round with this question. Don't let her back in. First performed in New York in 1954, The Tender Land was a major operatic work by which composer? John Cage, Aaron Copland, or Leonard Bernstein?
Gosh, again, I don't think it's avant-garde enough for John Cage, who I know is an avant-garde composer. I think it isn't Aaron Copland, so I'm going to go for Leonard Bernstein.
Yeah, I could see the logic of not doing Cage, but are you right on Copland Bernstein? Eggheads, do you know?
I would have gone the same as
You like Bernstein. What about you, Judith?
Well, I'm going to say Aaron Copland, because I just hope that's what it is.
Aaron Copland is right. Aaron Copland is the answer, so Judith has a chance to come back. Judith, get this wrong, you're out. In 2015, which American hip-hop group sold the only copy in existence of their album Once Upon a Time in Shaolin for a reported £1.3 million? Was this Arrested Development, Cypress Hill, or Wu-Tang Clan? Shaolin is S-H-A-O-L-I-N.
Right. Well, it's completely pointless asking me questions like that, I'm afraid. I have absolutely no idea. I'm going to go Arrested Development.
The answer is Wu-Tang Clan.
I
Judith.
so nearly went for that.
You so nearly got it right, but you're knocked out, I'm afraid.
Oh.
First blood to our challenges. This is good, guys. Well done, Piers.
You, by the skin of my teeth.
You've emerged triumphant against Judith. You will be in the final round. Please rejoin your teammates and we'll play on. As it stands, seemingly clueless, have not lost any brains. Well played, Piers. That was good. That's a good start for you challenges. The Eggheads have had a brain knocked out. And the next subject is sport. Who wants sport?
There's only one person.
It's Danny, right?
Do you mind, Danny?
No, I don't mind.
Yeah.
OK, our brilliant gardener. Against which Egghead? Can't be Judith, Danny. So you can have Lisa, Dave, Steve or Kevin, left to right.
I think I'll go for Lisa.
Hang on, what happened to this starting at that side and working down?
well,
Either end, then you pick off the middle.
Yeah, that's right. They're very
This is a tactical
methodical.
ploy here.
So Danny from Seemingly Clueless is playing Lisa from the Eggheads. They're starting at the ends and moving to the middle. This is exciting. to ensure there's no conferring, please take your positions. Well, I'm sorry we haven't got a garden for you to work on here, Danny.
Oh, that's a shame, Jeremy.
I love what you do on your programme with sort of more modest gardens, and your programme says you can do stuff with them.
Absolutely. Basically, the programme's about doing gardens on a budget. And not all of us want to spend a lot of money on our gardens, do we?
I was watching the other day and you were talking about what you said foreshortening a garden, which is a technique in painting which gives it depth. And I couldn't quite work it out. What do I do to make my garden look longer than it is?
The way I foreshortened the garden was by creating a bit of mystery. I used fencing and I created an invisible opening. So by creating that invisible opening, by staggering the fences, it made it look like the garden was longer than what it was, because you want to see what's beyond that fence.
Yeah. I feel bad about turning to sport, but I've got to mention you are actually a sports person, really, aren't you?
Yes, I am. I used to play a little bit of sport.
And you've been on the books of Charlton Athletic?
A long, long time ago.
And Borussia Mönchengladbach?
Borussia Mönchengladbach in Germany, yes.
And was there a point in your life, Danny, when you thought this could be my career?
There was. I mean, I was a guy growing up and I always wanted to be a footballer. And I was fortunate enough to play for Borussia Mönchengladbach's youth team when my father was stationed in Germany because he was in the army. And I played for them for a little while amongst other teams. And then when my father got posted back to this country, I had a little go with Charlton Athletic.
And we noticed that when you played Celebrity Mastermind, because you did as well, you chose the career of Gary Sobers.
I certainly did. A boyhood hero of mine.
Cricketer, yeah.
Yeah. Do you know, I even wanted to walk like him when I was a kid.
Has he got a special walk, has he?
Well, he had this sort of lope with his collar up and he kind of walked forward and he had this sort of spring in his step. I would have paid to have seen him walk to the middle.
Well, I think we've got you on the right round here. I really do, Danny. So good luck on sport. You're playing Lisa. Danny, would you like to go first or second?
I'll go second.
Got a feeling about this one, Lisa?
I think we've just proved that all of Danny's specialist subjects are things about which I know absolutely nothing, so this is going to be fun.
Here's your first question, Lisa. Which word is used instead of match to refer to each of the 5 tennis contests that make up a Davis Cup tie between 2 countries? Rubber, draw or scratch?
That's a rubber.
It is a rubber. Danny, on to you. The Rugby Union centre, Jean de Villiers, has played over 100 times for which country? Is it Fiji, South Africa or England?
Well, I'm not really a rugby person, Jeremy. And I reckon the clue has got to be in the name, John de Villiers. I think I would have known if he'd played for England. Definitely not Fiji, so it's got to be South Africa. Sounds like a South African name, so I'll go with that one.
Yes, I lived in South Africa for a while, and that name, J-E-A-N, you're never sure how to pronounce it, whether it's John or Jean or Jean or what, but you're absolutely right. South Africa.
Whoa.
South Africa. Yeah. OK, Lisa, which athlete broke the indoor and outdoor pole vault world records 35 times during his career? Is it Roman Chevrolet, Carl Lewis, or Sergei Bubka?
So Carl Lewis was a sprinter and I don't think ever went near a pole vault pole in his life. It was part of Chevrolet's discipline because he was a decathlete, world record breaking decathlete. but the one we want here is Sergei Bubka.
Well done, you. Sergei Bubka is quite right. 35 times. They're quite good, Danny, aren't they?
They are, yeah, very good.
They know stuff. OK, your question, Danny. The footballer Thibaut Courtois typically plays in which position? Is he right wing, goalkeeper, centre half?
Well, I know this one. Goalkeeper.
Yeah, he is. Goalkeeper is correct. So 2 each. And Lisa, your question, your third question. In which city did the British swimmer Anita Lonsborough win an Olympic gold medal? Rome, Los Angeles, or London?
OK, now, when Becky Adlington won her gold medals, it was the first time that a British woman had done it since Lonsborough. And I think it was in the 60s, which would make it Rome, but I'll just have a little think about that. No, I don't think you've got to go back as far as 48 for it. I think it's Rome.
You're absolutely right. Rome it is. 3 out of 3, Lisa, on sport. OK, to stay in, Danny, you've got to get this right. Which cricketer scored a century on his Test match debut for England against India in December 2016? Was this Hasib Hamid, Keaton Jennings, or Ben Duckett?
Ooh, that's a question and a half. Keaton Jennings certainly did. You know what? I'm going to go for Keaton Jennings.
Keaton Jennings is the right answer.
Oh, it is?
Whoa. I know you were on the edge there. You're playing well. You've got 3 out of 3. Lisa's got 3 out of 3. We go now to sudden death. It gets a bit harder. I don't give you different options. Lisa, your question. In which country was the tennis player Tommy Haas born?
Yeah, Tommy Haas. He had a late career renaissance. He started playing brilliantly at about 36 or 37. I think he is a German, but let's just have a little think. No, I don't think he's Austrian or Swiss or any of those. No, I think it is Germany.
Germany's correct. She's difficult to shake off, Danny.
She is, isn't she?
Here's your question.
Can I go for another egghead, please, at this point?
They're all good. They're all good. All right, here's your question. This to stay in, Danny. The Chicago Bulls basketball team retired the number 23 in honour of which player who played for them between 1984 and 1998?
I've got no idea. Michael Jordan.
Lisa, is he right?
I think he might be.
Yeah, you're right. Well done, Michael Jordan. There's nothing more satisfying, is there?
Nothing more satisfying than getting a guess right.
Yeah. All right, well done. Sudden death. Lisa, back to you. What is the first name of the American high jumper after whom the Fosbury flop technique was named?
I think he was Dick Fosbury.
Dick Fosbury is quite right. So, Danny, you need to get this one. In 2016, which Englishman became golf's first Olympic champion since 1904?
Well, it wasn't Rory McIlroy because he didn't go. Look, I'm going to take a punt on this one. Darren Clarke.
Darren Clarke is your answer. Let me just check with your teammates here. Is he right?
No idea. Absolutely no idea.
They don't know. OK, Lisa?
Justin Rose.
Justin Rose.
Ah, Justin Rose.
So sorry, Danny, you've been knocked out by our egghead there, which levels things up. Please return to your teams and we'll play on. So, seemingly clueless, I'm afraid that's what it's like, playing this lot. Danny, how did that feel? It's tough, wasn't it?
I tell you what, I'm exhausted. Can I go and have a lie down, please?
I know it's all fun, but I can see in the booth, everybody gets that focus thing of they want to win. So, all right, you've lost the brain, seemingly clueless. The eggheads have lost 1 too. We're in a perfect situation for a great contest here. And your next subject is arts and books. Who would like this?
Go for it.
Yeah. Probably me. Yeah. Me, I think.
OK. It's going to be Tom Dykoff, architecture critic, against which egghead? Now, you've tried the knocking out the bookends here. You've got to go for the one of the 3 in the middle. Dave, Steve, Kevin.
And I like a bit of symmetry, so who are we going to knock out? I think Dave.
All right. I thought symmetry would mean taking out Steve in the middle.
I know, but one by one, then we'll get the middle one.
I see the logic. Tom from Seemingly Clueless to take on Tremendous Knowledge Dave, as he's known, from the Eggheads. On Arts and Books, please go to the question room. So design is your thing, Tom.
Yeah, exactly, in all its forms, from the design of the city right the way down to the design of an egg cup. All scales.
I was going to say, and the design of an Egghead studio, do you think we're a bit 21st century here, or...?
You're very postmodern, I think is the term, very postmodern.
You approve of our blues and all that?
Very good. I think the design of quiz show sets is a fascinating subject in its own right. I love all the kind of the clean lines. It looks very Art Deco, kind of very like a cruise ship.
Yeah, I never thought that there's a design element, but of course there is.
Yes, and there's always a little bit of kind of gaffer tape that the people at home can't see. But we can.
Visible in HD, that's the trouble. Yeah. So how do you enjoy the Great Interior Design Challenge? Because I always think going into homes and changing the inside of someone's bedroom is almost the most intimate thing you can do.
Oh, it is, it is. I mean, I'm a real nosy Parker, so that's why I love doing it. But to me, your home is obviously the most intimate, the most personal piece of architecture and design that you'll ever inhabit. And yet it's so easy to change it. I mean, Piers spends all of his time changing the structure of people's lives, the buildings. We go in and it's more than rearranging the cushions, but, but it's much more simple. We challenge our amateur designers with £1,000 and 48 hours, and within that time they can change a room, and they can change people's lives. We've seen people brought to tears because they finally got the bedroom that they want.
Yes, I saw somebody got emotional about a headboard.
Exactly, we all get emotional about something, and, we've got emotional about a headboard. I get emotional about chairs sometimes.
Do you have any particular thing that you particularly love? I'm thinking, when I walk into the old broadcasting house, you'll know that reception. They rebuilt it as it was in the 30s, and they've done it Art Deco. Yeah. And although it's dated, it is beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Well, if you spend money on architecture, it's going to last. That's always a key thing. Architecture, although, Piers has shown us how he can do it on a budget, it is kind of expensive. And we like to kind of increase people's access to it, but you always spend money on good quality materials, stone, brick, really good quality materials and craftsmanship.
Good advice. Good luck in this round, Tom. Arts and Books, the subject, against Tremendous Knowledge Dave. Would you like to go first or second?
I'd like to go first, get it over and done with.
And here we go, Arts and Books, your first question. Which of these is a book by Roald Dahl? Tom, is it How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Fantastic Mr. Fox, or Where the Wild Things Are?
Well, I actually know this one. One thing, I've got 2 small kids, so I know about children's books, so this is something I know about. Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Is the right answer. Well done, Fantastic Mr. Fox. Dave, your question. What is the opening line of Shakespeare's play Twelfth Night? To be or not to be, that is the question. Let's slip the dogs of war, or if music be the food of love, play on.
If music be the food of love, play on.
Absolutely right. If music be the food of love, play on is the right answer.
Yeah.
Tom, back to you. The Running Man, featuring a futuristic game show in which contestants are hunted down, is a 1982 book by which author? William Golding, Stephen King, or Clive Barker?
Science fiction is not my thing. I'm pretty sure William Golding didn't write much in the way of science fiction. Stephen King might have done. But I'm going to go with Clive Barker.
It's interesting. So, 1982 book. It's by Stephen King. Stephen King wrote The Running Man, not one of his best known.
No.
It was actually released under the name Richard Bachman. And these days you usually get Stephen King writing as Richard Bachman. But yeah, that's the book on which the Schwarzenegger film with the same name is based.
Right, so it wasn't one of his classic Stephen King horror franchise?
No, he used another name for another genre. But these days, obviously, they link it up for the sales.
And it was made into a movie?
Yeah.
Dave, your question. In Oliver Twist, which character is described by Dickens on his first appearance as having 2 scowling eyes, one of which displayed various party-coloured symptoms of having been recently damaged by a blow? Dave, is this Bill Sikes, Mr. Brownlow, or Fagin?
I'm not sure about this one at all. I could go very wrong here. I don't think it's Mr. Brownlow. Logic would normally take me to Fagin. But damaged by a blow because Bill Sikes was a bit of a bruiser leads me more to Bill Sikes. Yeah, you know what? Let's go Bill Sykes.
The answer is Bill Sykes. So Dave takes the lead. And it means, Tom, you need this to stay in. What's it going to be then, eh? Is the opening line to which novel? 1984, A Clockwork Orange, or Moby Dick?
Well, I don't think it's 1984. I've not read Moby Dick. I've read A Clockwork Orange, but can I remember that being the opening line of A Clockwork Orange? I'll go for A Clockwork Orange as a punt.
You're absolutely right, Tom. Well done. A Clockwork Orange. Well done. Dave, you can take the round with this question. The Alan Ayckbourn play, A Chorus of Disapproval, is based around rehearsals for an amateur production of what? The Marriage of Figaro, Albert Herring, or The Beggar's Opera?
I didn't know which opera it was. Oh dear. It could be any of them. I'm going to go Albert Herring.
Albert Herring. Do you know this, Tom?
No, but I would punt on Marriage of Figaro.
It's neither. It's The Beggar's Opera.
Would never have got that.
The Beggar's Opera. So after 3 questions, you're level. We go now to sudden death. Just to make it that bit harder, these questions are not multiple choice. Tom, here's yours. T.S. Eliot's poem, The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock, ends with the words, by seagulls wreathed with seaweed red and brown, till human voices wake us and we... what?
I should know this. I studied this at university. Blimey. No idea. And I'm going to just say drown.
Drown is correct. I was hoping that brown was...
maybe I'm a poet and I never know it. I didn't know it.
Yeah, but I was hoping that I'd given you the brown as the end of the line there. I'm so pleased you got that. Well done. Great line as well. Dave, to stay in. Which famous Gothic novel of 1818 closes with the line, he was soon borne away by the waves and lost in darkness and distance?
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein is correct. Tom, the novel The Last of the Mohicans was first published in which century?
The 19th century.
19th is right. Dave, in Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone... You don't like your Harry Potter?
No, gone, yeah.
In Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, the blood of which creature is said to keep you alive even if you are an inch from death, but at a terrible price?
Me, and Poe's always going to catch up with me. Blood of which creature? No, not going to get anywhere near it. Dragon.
No, a unicorn. You've been knocked out,
Yep.
Dave. Tom, well done. You're in the final round. Well done.
That was a close one.
And are you a Harry Potter fan?
I've
Tom?
never seen any Harry Potter or read any Harry Potter, so if I got that question, I'll be in exactly the same position.
And unicorn is not that guessable, is it? So please come back to us. This is looking very good for our celebs now. We'll play the last round before the final. So, as it stands, Seemingly Clueless have lost 1 brain from the final round. The Eggheads have lost 2, though. Dave has gone. 1 more round before the final. And the subject for you is science. Now, so it's going to be Esme or Keith.
Come on, do you want to flip a coin?
Absolutely hopeless.
Anyone got a science background they can declare?
Doesn't look like it.
No, not really.
Doesn't look good.
I'll have a go.
Go on, Keith.
I'll give it a go.
Gonna
I'll give it a go.
All right, brilliant. And against which egghead, Keith? You can have Steve or Kevin. It's difficult for me to advise. I'd love to advise you, but you can't avoid at some point meeting both of them because one of them's going to be left for the final. So do you hurl yourself at Kevin? Do you try and take out Steve? I don't know.
I'll hurl myself at Kevin.
OK.
Always the best tactic.
Good.
Stand well back.
So Keith from Seemingly Clueless gets Kevin on the potter's wheel from the Eggheads. To ensure there's no conferring, please, for the last time, take your positions. I'm wondering if you might be Britain's most famous potter, Keith.
Well, either me or maybe Grayson Perry.
That's true, but the great pottery throwdown with Sarah Cox is very popular, and it has shown us how difficult it is just to make a cup or a bowl.
Well, it's a fantastic programme, and obviously it's my passion, and it's something that I've done all my life, and I just wanted to show people how cathartic and the process of creativity from this lump of clay to something remotely useful or something to look at. Yeah.
When it goes well for the contestants, you become tearful, which says it all.
Well, I do, yes, I do get rather emotional. phenomenal. I just love seeing them enjoy what they've made and just really see the whole success of the process that they've gone through. That's it for me, really.
And how was it that you, as an 11-year-old, Keith, suddenly thought this is what I want to do?
Well, my art teacher at school gave me a lump of clay, said make something. I made my first thing I ever made was a pottery owl. I made this owl, and he thought it looked wonderful. It was basically the first time anyone had told me I'd done anything really well. and I really just took to clay. I love the substance, I love the material, and I've loved it ever since.
I must mention your band, The Wigs, as well, because I was looking you up on YouTube the other day, and there they were, and it's you gigging and you're singing, and it's proper indie music.
Yeah, it was kind of a lifetime ago now, but yeah, it was really good. It was my university of life.
Good luck in this round. This all adds to the University of Life. You're up against Kevin, Keith. He's very good. Would you like to go first or second?
I shall go first, please, Jeremy.
And here is your first question, Keith. Good luck. The sun is at the centre of which of these? The solar system, the galaxy, or the universe?
Well, it's not the universe. The galaxy. No, I'm pretty sure it's the solar system.
Clue is in the name. Yes, the solar system is the right answer. Kevin, what type of animal is a tapir? Fish, reptile, or mammal?
It's a mammal. It's creature found in I'm trying to remember now whether it's Africa or South America. I think you find them in South America, but I may be wrong there. It's a rather strange-looking thing, quite a rare one.
Mammal is right. Very good. OK, back to you, Keith. Caspian and Javan are two now extinct types of which animal? Penguin, tiger, or llama? Caspian and Javan.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's not a penguin. I would go for llama.
Llama is your answer. Let's check with the challengers here. Do you know?
I think it might be
We
tiger.
think it's
We
tiger.
think it's a
Yeah, I
tiger.
think there is a Javan tiger that's been written about. Tiger is the answer,
okay.
not llama. So sorry, Keith. Kevin, your question. Which particle is often referred to as the God particle by the media? Is it the Higgs boson, antiquark, or electron neutrino?
Well, there was a lot of publicity around this because it was something that had been searched for about 50 years before it was finally, they think, detected just a few years ago. As an entity that's supposed to give mass to other particles, it's the Higgs boson.
Higgs boson is quite right. So Kevin takes the lead. You've got to get this one right, Keith.
I'm kind of liking the fact that he gives more than the answer.
I know.
It's kind of worrying.
We could go sometimes. We just had the second paragraph. We can go paragraphs 3, 4, 5, and 6 if you. Who was Higgs, Kevin?
Peter Higgs is a British scientist who was one of the first couple of people to put forward the theory that this thing existed.
Born when?
I'm not sure about his birthday, actually, but it was in about 1964 when he put forward the theory, and of course it took another 50 years after that before it was found, and then he got the Nobel Prize.
And who was boson?
But no, boson is a category of particle.
Oh, OK. There we are, Keith. There's no end to it.
That's fantastic.
And we could go even further, but we won't. Here's your question to stay in. Which famous astronomer, born in Hanover, was also an accomplished musician who wrote 24 symphonies? Edmund Halley, Patrick Moore, or William Herschel?
Well, I'm pretty sure it's not Patrick Moore. There's the Halley's Comet. I'm going to go William Herschel.
I'm glad you did. William Herschel's correct.
Yes.
Well done, the astronomer who was also a musician. All right, level, but Kevin has this question in hand. Kevin, here we go. Which English scientist, born in 1578, published his theory of how the heart propels blood in a circular course through the body in a work called Anatomical Study of the Motion of the Heart and of the Blood in Animals? Was this Edward Jenner, William Harvey, or Robert Hooke?
Yeah, well, he's the one who's credited with this, well, actually working out this system, although people had previously had ideas about some of it. It's William Harvey.
And that's how they quiz. That's how they roll, Keith. I'm so sorry. William Harvey's the right answer.
Great.
You're seeing one of the all-time great quizzers there.
Fantastic.
Kevin, you're in the final. Keith, sorry you've been knocked out, but the challengers have got a good shout in this final round. Return to us, gentlemen, and we'll play it. All right, exciting contest this, and this is what we've been playing towards. It is time for our final round. As always, it is general knowledge. But I'm afraid those of you who lost your head-to-heads won't be in the final round. So that's Danny and Keith from Seemingly Clueless, but also Dave and Judith from the Eggheads. Would you please now leave our studio? Tom, Piers, Esme, you're playing to win Seemingly Clueless £9,000. Lisa, Steve and Kevin, you're playing for something that money can't buy, which is the Eggheads' reputation, and to keep defeating these celebrity teams, which you're doing at the moment. As usual, I will ask each team 3 questions in turn. This time, the questions are all general knowledge. You are allowed to confer. So, Seemingly Clueless, the question is, can your 3 brains defeat these 3 over here? Esme, how are you feeling?
Oh, I feel really confident.
This is, I'm presuming... Do you feel now like the contestants feel on the Great British Sewing Bee?
Probably, yes.
I'm wondering, the tables are turned slightly.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right.
Indeed.
Good luck. Tom, Piers, Esme, would you like to go first or second?
First.
Here we go. At the start of a game of chess, the queen sits with the king on one side of her and which piece on the other? Bishop, knight or castle?
It is the...
I haven't a clue.
I do, sorry.
Go on.
Do you know play chess? You have
Work it out, Piers. Come on,
Okay,
Piers.
so
I have
queen,
played chess.
king and queen.
thought it
Castles
was
are at
knight.
the end,
Right.
and then you have
Work it out.
the knight. Is the knight the one with the horse?
Yes.
Yes.
I think it's the bishop.
OK.
I don't know. So
The bishop.
Bishop is correct.
Hooray.
Yeah. But I could see how one could get suddenly confused by that.
that's our sports question.
Overthinking.
Oh, let's hope so.
Eggheads, your first question. The word kahuna, used in expressions such as the big kahuna, has its origins in the indigenous language of which US state? Florida, Alaska, or Hawaii?
So it's that big kahuna? Must be Hawaii.
Yeah, Hawaii.
I think the K's and the H's give it away, Jeremy. It's Hawaii.
Hawaii. What is kahuna? Do you know? Is it a mountain or?
No, it might be more like a chief.
A chief, yeah, you're pretty much right. A wise man or shaman, yeah. Hawaii is the right answer. Back to you, challengers. You're doing well. Which famous song begins with the lines, I am he as you are me, and we are all together.
Yeah.
See how they run like pigs from a gun, see how they fly. Is it Penny Lane,
No.
Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, or I Am the Walrus?
Final Walrus.
OK. I am the walrus.
I Am the Walrus. Yes, you're right. I Am the Walrus.
Good, good, good. Yes, yes.
Yes, yes, they say. Eggheads! Got a feeling about this contest. I'm wondering if you might come unstuck. Which European country's flag consists of a yellow sun with 8 broadening rays extending to the edges of a red background? Is this Macedonia, Albania, or Serbia?
Macedonia.
Macedonia.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the Albania's got the
Big black
eagle,
thing.
and Serbia is a horizontal tricolour, which has also got a coat of
Yeah.
arms on it. So yeah, Macedonia.
Yeah, we're all happy that's Macedonia, Jeremy.
Macedonia is quite right. 2-2. Now this is important, it's your third question. Get this right, you may not need to do any more work. Get it wrong, it's in their hands. Which British fashion designer drove a tank to David Cameron's home in a protest against fracking in September 2015? Stella McCartney, Vivienne Westwood, or Christopher Kane?
Vivienne Westwood.
Oh, you know that. Vivienne Westwood is correct.
Well done.
3 out of 3. Will that be enough? Let's see. Eggheads, who wrote Hangover Square and the trilogy 20,000 Streets Under the Sky? Is it Patrick Hamilton, Alexander Trocchi, or John Edward Williams?
Read them both, so
Patrick
it is,
Hamilton,
yeah.
yeah.
Brilliant writing. Yeah. Right, well, I've read them both, Jeremy. They're absolutely fantastic writer. It's Patrick Hamilton.
That's annoying.
Yes. It is, isn't it? Very.
Patrick Hamilton is correct. Eggheads, 3-3. All right, we go to sudden death. You know what this entails.
Yep.
I don't give you options. Keep on keeping on. Are you going to be the first celebrity team to beat them after 8 have fallen? Can you do it? In the UK, which patron saint's feast day is celebrated on April the 23rd?
St. George. Yeah,
Yeah.
St. George.
George is right. Well done, St. George. Eggheads to stay in. What is the name of the letter that directly follows delta in the classical Greek alphabet?
Epsilon.
Alpha, beta, gamma, delta.
Yeah.
Epsilon.
Yeah.
So, yeah, epsilon.
That's Epsilon, Jeremy.
Epsilon is right. Challenges. Seascape, A Delicate Balance, and Three Tall Women are Pulitzer Prize-winning plays by which American playwright?
Do you know?
No, I don't.
I guess.
Right, well, let's think of American playwrights.
So Seascape, Three Tall Women.
It's not something like... It's not...
Pulitzer Prize
Pulitzer,
winner.
it's not like Tennessee Williams or...
No, it doesn't seem
who
about.
It's not Arthur Miller.
Arthur Miller.
No, I
I get a
think
bit
so. I think
sketchy
I'd
after
know.
Arthur Miller.
Yeah.
I don't even know to
It
put
sounds like
myself
the
in.
1930s, though, don't they? That's the thing.
Can I look on my phone?
Yeah, we could, but they've confiscated them.
Okay, let's think of American playwrights.
exactly.
Okay, apart from
You think
Arthur
of American
Miller,
playwrights.
apart from Arthur Miller and Tennessee Williams.
Maybe we need to go for one of those.
Yeah.
Because that's all we know.
Exactly, I think we're going to have to. Yeah.
So-
try Arthur Miller.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's give him a go.
Okay.
It's not that, but
Yeah, okay. Arthur Miller.
Arthur Miller is the wrong answer. Let's just see. Eggheads?
Edward
Edward
Albee.
Albee.
Oh, you all say it. Edward Albee was the answer, challengers. It's in their hands now. Can they win? Your question. The 2016 novel Holding is the first novel written by which broadcaster and talk show host?
Not a clue.
I think it might be Graham Norton.
That's a good
I'm not
shout.
sure. He did write one in 2016, which was very well received.
Right.
Okay, that was the only problem I was having. I couldn't remember anything about him having done it, but if you're happy with that, I'm happy with that.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I'm not
Me, I have no
certain.
idea.
I'm not certain.
Right.
If there's any other suggestions, but I know that he did do one in 2016, which was very well received by the critics, I thought.
Better than anything I've got. Are you happy with that, Lucy?
I'm happy.
I may be wrong.
Yeah. Kevin seems to think it's Graham Norton, so that is our answer.
This troubled you a bit, didn't it? Because two of you had nothing on this. Nothing. Do you know this one?
I think it's Graham Norton.
I thought it was Jeremy Vine.
If only. They would deliberately get it wrong if it was me. If you've got it right, the contest is over. The correct answer is Graham Norton. We say congratulations, Eggheads, you have won.
We didn't disgrace us. No, not at all. Well done.
Well done.
Worthy winners.
Did you enjoy that?
Well, we didn't
was great.
disgrace ourselves.
Oh, no.
So that's okay.
You did a 3-3 in the final, for heaven's sake. You were toe-to-toe.
And I think however long it had gone on, we knew they were going to beat us in the end. So actually, you know...
Honestly, there are questions where suddenly they draw a blank. I've seen it so many times. Listen, thank you so much for playing.
Thank you.
I hope you had a
Thank
good time.
you.
Our commiserations to these brilliant celebs of seemingly clueless, who weren't clueless at all, by the way. The Eggheads have done what comes naturally to them. This winning streak continues. It does mean that these celebs haven't won the £9,000, so we'll take that money, we'll roll it over to our next show. It's going to be 10,000. Eggheads, congratulations. Who will beat you? Join us next time to see if a new team of celebrity challengers have the brains to defeat the Eggheads for 10,000. Till then, goodbye.